right.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Shalom, grace and peace for the viewers here up on YouTube. This is night 24, month 3, as you see up on the board here. As you see, the name of this class, tonight's class is going to be to fear or not to fear we got the Most High.
Right.
That's right. To fear or not to fear the Most High. Oh yeah, all praises. All right, well, we're going to get started here. We're going to start in the book of Sirach, in the Apocrypha. Yeah, going to the Apocrypha. First thing kind, right down the pipe. Sirach chapter 19, verse 20.
All right. We're in the book of Sirach, right, in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, right? Chapter 19, verse 20.
Right. Okay.
It says, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
Yeah.
And the knowledge of his omnipotency.
That's right. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom. And in all wisdom is the performance of the law. And the knowledge of his omnipotency. All right. The fear of the Lord is his wisdom. All right. We all know we're going to need some wisdom tonight. You're going to get some understanding on a lot of things tonight. We're going to go through what wisdom is. We're going to go through a lot of definitions. We're going to actually read a lot of things throughout this Bible so you can get some understanding. I broke down that word omnipotence. It means unlimited divine power. Okay? If you break it down, omniscience, that means all. Potent means powerful. Okay? So, if you get an understanding of it, it says the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. It says, and then all wisdom is the performance of the law. Okay, let's go to Psalms 119, 142.
Psalms.
Book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142.
We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
Okay, again.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness,
Right.
and thy law is the truth.
See how he said that law? The law is the truth. That's thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law, which is in this, it's in this book, is the truth. All right, let's go to Psalms 111 and 10.
We're in the book of Psalms, chapter 111, and verse 10.
Yes. All right.
Psalms 111, verse 10.
All right.
Says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
That's right. Again, bro.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of
See
wisdom.
how he said when we talk about wisdom? We just spoke on law, and we speaking on wisdom. All right, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right, continue.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
That do his commandments. It says you have a good understanding. Those are the ones who have an understanding. Those are the ones that do his commandments. Okay? Continue.
His praise endureth forever.
Oh, man. Hallelujah. All right. That's what's up. I love that. His praise endure forever. All right? So, we just spoke on, it says, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom. All right? He just said the fear of the Lord. And that's in back in Sirach 8, Sirach chapter 8, 19, verse 20. He says, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law. The performance of the law. So we just spoke in Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
Fear. You have to fear the Most High. It's the beginning of wisdom. All right, and he said the performance of the law. That means you have to. He says you have to do. You have to understand. You have to do. All right. All right. So let's get some understanding here. Let's go to Exodus. We'll go here get some examples here. Let's go to Exodus chapter 19.
Exodus chapter 19.
Mm-hmm. Verse 5.
We're in the book of Exodus. Alright, second book of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 19. It's in verse 5. Alright. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Mm-hmm.
For all the earth is mine.
Oh, praise. One more time, real, because I would love for them to really get this.
Right.
Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed,
Mm-hmm.
and keep my covenant,
Mm-hmm.
then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Mm. So he says, now therefore, he says, if ye will obey my voice. How you gonna obey the Most High's voice? You're gonna have to read. You have to read. You have to pray. Okay. You're gonna have to hearken and seek His face. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to seek His face. Hear His voice indeed, and keep His commandments. His covenants. Forgive me, Salakia. Keep His covenants. I mean, he has statutes, he has laws, he has a covenant. He put a covenant between with him and Israel. Okay. Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure. Peculiar treasure. I mean, that means you're special.
Right.
Right? You're special. You're a jewel. Okay? You're very special. You're a jewel to the Most High. I mean, He set you apart from other nations. He created 18 nations, nationalities, and only chose one out of all 18. Right? So 17 of those nations and nationalities or whatever, he don't care about. He only chose one, and that's you. Okay? The children of Israel. Right? Okay. A peculiar treasure unto me above all people. You see that? He says above all people. So that one nation out of all 18, He set them above all people. For all the earth is mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the earth is the Most High. He created everything, heavens and the earth. Okay? So, all right, all praises. We're going to go to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus 24. And verse 1.
All right, we're in the book of Exodus, chapter 24. Starting at verse 1. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto the Lord, thou, and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him.
Right. See, they was on a mount. They was the Most High had commanded Moses and the elders to come up, to the up on the mountain or whatever. He wanted to. He was establishing something that down forth to the nation of Israel. So he asked Moses and the other elders, but he only wanted Moses to come the closest, to come up the closest. He set forth Moses to come up high the closest, and for the rest of them to be at a certain point, stop at a certain point, and the rest of the congregation at the bottom of this mountain is right. Is here. Okay, continue.
Verse 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord has said will we do.
Correct. So Moses spoke with the Most High, and he came back down, gave all the judgments, right? After speaking to the Most High, gave a judgments to all the people, and after he spoke with all the people, you see what they said? It says, all the words which the Lord have said will we do. This is important. Will we do? So they were saying everything the Most High said, yes, we're gonna do it. It's no if and buts about it. Okay, I told you there was a statute, commandment, there was a covenant made up there. All right, so let's go down. Let's go down to 7.
Jump down to verse 7, Exodus 24, verse 7. And he took the book of the covenant,
yes,
and read it in the audience of the people.
Yes.
And they said, all that the Lord has said will we do, and be obedient.
And be obedient. See what I'm saying? He said he gave a book, gave the covenant, read it to the people, and they said, all you have said we will do and be obedient. All right. 8.
Verse 8. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant,
yes,
which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
Yes, see, that's this right here between Israel and the Most High. You have to understand, this is special. He said we're a peculiar people. He set us above all nations upon the face of the earth. He gave us a covenant. Okay? This is a blood in, blood out situation. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This you can't run from this. You can't run from this. This right here is a blood in, blood out covenant right here. He's saying, and they said, all we will do but concerning these words. And they said they were going to be obedient.
Right.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, isn't that what it said? Okay.
Yeah.
We will do and we'll be obedient. So he gave a blood in, blood out covenant amongst the children of Israel that was all scattered. I mean, that was all gathered together right there around this mountain. The Most High had done brought it all the way down from Moses to the elders on down to the children of Israel, and Moses spoke of this blood amongst all of them to say, okay, we are in an agreement.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Okay.
A precept real quick I want to bring out.
All right.
We're all bringing this out, man, because
right.
the brothers bring it out, man. It was a covenant that was made with the children of Israel. Right? And we're seeing right there when we read on verse 7, and he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people, and they said, all that the Lord has said we do and be obedient. So we see this is a covenant, man. There was a sacrifice from what the animal, right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 50 real quick.
All right.
Let's get some understanding, man, about this covenant that was made. And it helps us get an understanding on like the brothers bringing out, man. As we read these scriptures and get understanding this Bible, who it's speaking to, we start to do what? Put these pieces together. Right? Precepts. Put the pieces together. Helping to get an understanding.
That's right.
Right? Psalm chapter 50 and verse 5.
50 and verse 5. Yeah. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
See, that's the point right there. And who made a covenant with the Heavenly Father by sacrifice? We're reading about it. And not only that, we understand who the saints are. He said, gather my saints together. So who are the saints? The people that he made a sacrifice and a covenant with in Exodus that we're reading about.
That's right.
All right.
Children of Israel, baby.
All praises. Man.
All praises. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, brother Amos.
Sure.
All right. Okay, let's go to Numbers. We're gonna go to Numbers. Okay.
2 books over.
Yes.
Leviticus, Numbers.
Yes. Numbers. We're gonna go to Numbers chapter 12, verse 1.
All right, we're in the book of Numbers. All right, chapter 12, starting at verse 1.
Yes.
Then Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Right. They were speaking against Moses because Moses Moses married an Ethiopian woman, and brothers and sisters, they had some words or whatever to say against and spoke against Moses. Go ahead. Drop down to 5.
Verse 5. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream.
Right. He said, hear my words. He told the Most High came down after hearing this. He came down and told him, say, hey, if there's a prophet among you, besides Moses, he said he'll make himself visible in their dream. Go ahead. 7.
Verse 7. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house.
Faithful. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in my house. Go ahead.
With him will I speak, mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Right. See, Moses was a favorite to the Most High. He told him he'll speak to him mouth to mouth, show him in vision. He spoke to him. He talked to him. Many of conversations with the Most High and Moses. Continue.
Verse 9. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against him, and he departed.
Kindled against them.
Right.
Not against Moses, but against them. Right? Miriam, right? Aaron, right? Okay, continue.
Verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
Right.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Wow. Leprous, for those who don't know, that means you lose your pigmentation, right? You lose your pigmentation, you become white, well, red. So-called these days they call white. But you lose your pigmentation, which is considered a sin back then, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. Go ahead.
Unclean, right?
Yes, right. Gotta say that. Unclean.
All right. Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned.
See, he said, they sinned. He said, please don't put the sin upon us. Although they did sin. Continue. Like you said, leprous. That's a form of sin. That's uncleanliness. Continue.
Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
Oh, praises. All right. So I wanted to get that, so you can get an understanding of about fearing the Most High. To fear, the Most High, he doesn't play. I mean, he's a God of war. He's a God of terror, right? So just by hearing this or whatever, he came down and said, "Hey, my servant Moses, who you speaking of thee, I can't have that." And he turned Mary to a leprous, unclean. And just, I'm going to let you read the rest of the story, but she had to go outside the camp for 7 days. Am I right?
Unclean, right?
Unclean, right? 7 days before she can come back and turn it back, get her pigment back. All right. All praises, bro. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy.
All right.
Forgive me, Salaki guys. Let's go to let's continue in Numbers. Let's go Numbers chapter 14 verse 26. That's something I I didn't want to leave anything off. I want to make sure I get some more meat off this bone here.
All right. Praise. We in the book of Numbers.
Yes.
Right?
Numbers chapter 14.
14.
Yes. 26.
All right. Numbers. In the book of Numbers chapter 14 verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me?
All right.
I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me.
Right. He said he spoke to Aaron and Moses and was talking about how long he got to deal with these evil people, this evil congregation. They continue to talk bad, murmur against the Most High. Like I said before, you're not speaking against or talking against Aaron and Moses. You're actually really speaking against the Lord, the Most High Himself. So when you go on a tyrant or a raid or just acting as if you're not being satisfied or something, and you're complaining all the time, you find yourself complaining all the time and complacent, you're only speaking against the Most High.
Right.
All right, continue.
In verse 29, no, verse 28.
Yeah, 28.
Say unto them, As truly as I live, said the Lord,
Right.
as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me.
Right. So they was going through the wilderness 40 years, and when he told them, say, hey, all right, well, for all this murmuring and everything you're doing, I'm gonna take all 20, for all of you all that's 20 years and up, I'm gonna lay your carcasses on the ground. So everybody that was 20 years and younger or whatever, they got to see that was a whole nother generation that was raised or whatever through the Most High. All right. Drop down to 35.
All right, verse 35. Numbers 14:35. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die.
Correct. So I just want to paint this picture for you to understand that the Most High, is a man to fear. Okay? He's a man to fear. Everybody wants to say, oh, he's all love, as if he's going to come with, hugs and kisses and no. If you're not trying to follow, his law, statutes, commandments in his Bible, he's against you. You're against him. And believe me, you don't want to feel his wrath. Okay? All right, let's continue. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6 and 1.
All right. Deuteronomy. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6, starting at verse 1. Now, these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Right. Continue.
That thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son, and thy son's son, all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
Right. So as you see, he gave us statutes and commandments to the children of Israel, right? And said, hey, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep all his statutes and commandments. Not some, but all. Okay? Which he command thee. And he said, now this is not just to you, but by you actually, following his statutes and commandments or whatever, you're gonna pass this down to your son and your son's son. That means what? A generation. It's gonna be generation after generation after generation of following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's what the Most High wants. To fear him and follow after his ways, after the law, statutes, commandments. So therefore, your sons and your sons' sons, like I said, as a generation, they'll be able to follow. That way your days may be prolonged.
Right.
All praises. Yes. All right, all right. Everybody good? All praises. All right. Let's drop down to 25.
All right, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
That's right. Read that one more time, bro.
Deuteronomy 6:25.
Yes.
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
Right. It says it shall be our righteousness. We already established earlier that thy righteousness is thy everlasting righteousness, right? And thy law is the truth. Right? That's the truth. Okay, which is the law. All right, and it says if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us. Let's go to let's go to Joshua. Book of Joshua 1, chapter 1, verse 8.
Book of Joshua, the next book over, right, from Deuteronomy.
All right.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. It reads, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
Praises. All right, so it's in here. It's telling you this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. It says that he wants us to meditate therein day and night. Therefore, you have to read. Okay, it says blessed those they that read. Okay, you're gonna have to read this law, statutes, and commandments. You have to read this book, to get some understanding. You're going to have to learn how, when you read, you're going to have to learn how to meditate on it day and night. Like I said, you have to be able to seek his face. You have to fear the Most High. How do we get into these conditions? You have to fear him. And we're going to get some understanding about that. But it says, meditate on it day and night, right? It says to observe, to do according to all that is written therein. Therein what? This book. Okay? You have to observe everything that's written in this book. Precept upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line. Line upon line.
Right.
Here a little. There a little. Okay? You're going to have to study. You have to read. What you saying out there when we go to camp, they said you want to hide some, hide some so-called black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Put it in a book. They already think you don't read. What you go, how about this? Let's make them a liar. Okay?
Right.
Let's make them a liar. We gonna read. We finna start, for those who out here, we finna read. We gonna start reading.
Right.
So-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, we gonna start reading. It says, and we gonna meditate on it day and night, and we gonna pray. Okay? So we gonna fear the Most High. Straight up.
Precept for you, bro.
Got precept though?
Yeah, man.
Let's get it.
I know we still breaking down. We can come back to Joshua 1:8,
yep.
But just touching on what you bringing out, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where we at, man. Not only fearing the Most High, we understand what these laws, statutes, commandments. Fearing the Most High is keeping His laws, being obedient to Him.
Right. That's right.
And like the brothers bring out right here in Joshua 1:8. So why are we reading? Why are we doing this? Why is it saying meditate therein day and night? And this law shall not depart of thy mouth. Right? Sirach chapter 17. Verse 11. Why? Why is the king bringing out to fear the Most High and to keep His commandments, man? For you Israelites, we just read in Exodus 24 was a covenant made.
That's right.
Right? So just touching on the seriousness of this, man. Because this, he said one nation, right?
That's right.
So we got to understand what we're reading here. The Sirach 17:11.
All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11. Besides this,
right,
he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
That's why. We see that these laws, statutes, and commandments given as a heritage for the children of Israel.
That's correct.
That's why you got to meditate day and night. And these laws shall not depart out of your mouth. It's your heritage.
Right.
Right. Beautiful, man. Just had to touch on that real quick, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Sure.
Hosea, shit, I want to go to Hosea 4. Hosea, right quick. Let's go to Hosea, book of Hosea. Chapter 4, verse 6.
We're in the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
I want to touch on what he just, piggyback on this, besides he gave them knowledge and a law of life for a heritage. All right, read.
Hosea 4 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Good. That's good right there. I just want to stop for a quick second. He said, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Like I said, he said this, we was given knowledge, for, and the law of life for a heritage. If we not trying to get some understanding, trying to read, and try to get some knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, of his law, statutes, commandments, he said we rejected him, he will also reject us. That's our way of saying we rejecting the Most High. We ain't trying to get no understanding. We don't want no understanding. We good at where we are. In America, right. We love America. Man, we love our boom, boom, boom in the cars. You know what I'm saying? We like going shopping or whatever, and Tiffany's and all these other places, Saks and all these places. They crowded at the Walmarts. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere. We just party. We want to smoke, we want to drink, we want to party, we want to have a good time. We just love America. We right now complaining, oh man, I can't wait till we get it back started. We get everything get back to where it was. Right?
Back to normal.
Back to normal. Now, if you have an understanding, if you're watching TV, which you need to cut that thing off, that idiot box off. They are right now talking about the new norm. Now they pushing this new word, the new norm. Right? What the hell is the new norm? This new norm is what they consider they new world order type thing. What they trying to do? They trying to push upon us. The new norm. Don't be naive, children of Israel. So-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indians. Don't be naive. That's why we saying knowledge. Read that again.
Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Right.
I will also reject thee.
Right.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Right.
So it's plain as day. That's why he's saying you have to read to get some understanding. He said if you reject him, he's gonna reject you. Right? He already just told you can be no priest to him. He said, as you've forgotten the law, his laws, you know what I'm saying? He will also forget, he ain't gonna forget just you, he gonna forget your children.
Right.
Right? He gonna forget your children, your children's children, your children's children, your children's children. As high it's been going. Because he just said, we just talked about, a covenant, to give to your sons, his sons, you see what I'm saying? A generation, that's what he wants you to do.
Right.
Get some knowledge and understanding of the law, statutes, commandments in this book. All right.
I'm gonna say real quick.
Yes.
Like at the bottom is Hosea 4 and 6. It's saying, "Seeing thou hast forgot, thou who Israel has forgotten the law of thy God." See, you forgot. We just read in Sirach 17:11.
Right.
Knowledge and the laws of life for a heritage. So since you forgot the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Right.
And now we are like the King bringing out. We see after generations and generations and generations what happened to us. Now the children of Israel just waking up from what? Hundreds of years of Most High forgetting us because our ancestors forgot his laws.
That's right. Heritage.
Right.
This is our heritage. We finally got something that belongs to us. Ye children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, we finally got something that belongs to us. So please, there's no rejecting something that belongs to us. He's waiting. He's got something for you. Okay? He's just waiting for you to pick up the book and start reading. All right. All right, let's go back to Joshua 1. Nate.
Back to Joshua. Yeah, chopping that up. Saint, Joshua. I'm about to say Saint Joshua. He is a saint though. He's Israelite. Yeah.
Hey.
Ain't no Saint Saint Patrick's or Saint Dominic. That's garbage. Yeah, there is a Saint Joshua. All right. We're in Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 again. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
That's right. Earn your way.
Right.
This is a way to earn your way. This is not gonna just be given to you. You have to earn your way. Okay?
Right,
That means you have to read. You have to get some understanding. And he says, that way your way will be thy way will be prosperous, right? And you will have good success, right? But you're gonna have to earn it. This is not something that's gonna be given to you, because I'm telling you, the ones who just thinks that because you figured out you're an Israelite, all is good. No, it don't work like that. Okay, it ain't. It's just not. I'm an Israelite and everything's good. So now what? Right? You have to earn your way, earn your stripes. What you saying, right? You had to get down on this law, statutes, commandments, start reading, and get some understanding. Be able to meditate on it day and night, and you're gonna have to be able to pray. All right.
See, just getting started, huh, King?
Just getting started. This is the tip of the iceberg right now. Oh, praise it, bro. Brother Amos, all right. Let's go to Isaiah. Get some of this written in there. All right. Isaiah chapter 28.
Right.
Isaiah 28 and verse 9.
All right. We're in the book of Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9.
Right.
Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Right. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge? You, children of Israel, right? He's one who gave who he gave the covenant to. Who's out there sprinkling the blood amongst the people? What people was that? You children of Israel. Who walked through the valley? Who walked through around his mountains and through the wilderness or whatever 40 years? You children of Israel. All right. He's been with you all this time. So, he says, who would teach you knowledge? He's there. Meditate on him day and night and get some understanding and read. And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? How many doctrines is it?
I want to see a one E on the end of this.
All good. There's only one doctrine, not multiple doctrines. We ain't following the ways of any other doctrine but this holy scripture here that the Most High provided for his children. All right. Them that are weaned from the milk, that means the simple, right? Simple part of this.
Basics, right?
The basics, right? And drawn from the breast. All praises, right? So, yeah, you could start. You have to start somewhere. All right? Learn. Get the basics. And get with get with someone or a congregation somewhere that can help you, edify you, something. But read. I'm just tired of people going they went to church or go to church and this and that and hear a pastor always talking and speaking on. Instead, you can read for yourself, right? Get some understanding.
Ask questions.
Right, ask questions. This is how you're gonna be able to build a relationship with the Most High. Right. All right. All praises. 10.
Verse 10. Isaiah 28 verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Right. See that? That's how you're going to be able to get the understanding. This is how you're going to be able to learn the law of life. Learn this knowledge, for a law of life, for your heritage. This is your heritage. Little by little, okay? Milk. Get the basics. Then start learning your precepts. Line precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Believe me, before you know it, you're gonna get it. We'll all come strong as a nation. Right now, we're broken. We're a broken nation. Been broken for what? Generation to generation.
Right. precept for you.
Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 119. Psalm 119. Right? Because that's a very important scripture that brother's bringing out right here.
Yes.
But that whom shall he teach knowledge and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? He's helping us through the prophet Isaiah, helping us get an understanding of how to understand not only the knowledge was the laws, right, that was given to the children of Israel,
Right.
but the one doctrine of the Bible. How to do that. Precept upon precept.
Yes.
You can't read it like a novel. You have to to be able to read it like a novel, you have to understand the precept of the Bible first.
Right.
So then you get an understanding of what you're reading.
Right.
That's what King bringing out. 119, 104.
Right.
Psalms 119 verse 104.
Right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding.
See that? That's the point. Read it again.
Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
We gotta get some understanding right there. We're reading and understanding precept upon precept, right? That's how we get understanding the Bible. So right here it's saying, through thy precepts I get understanding.
Right.
Right? Therefore I hate every false way. What's the false way? Going opposite of what? You opposite of what Isaiah told us.
That's
If you're just gonna read it on your own without getting no precepts, then you're not gonna get no understanding.
Right.
See, so you got it.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, in this Bible, he repeats himself, don't he?
Right.
The Most High, he repeats himself. There's a lot of repeating in this Bible. You can also get precept to go with something that you've read. So if you were just reading one thing and just riding all down with all through scripture, you ain't getting no understanding. It's just flying right over your head. Not asking no questions, no nothing. Right? So if you want to get the milk, start with the basics, and therefore he just said, through thy precepts I get understanding.
That's the only way, and the fear.
Yes. Fear. Don't worry, I ain't touch the surface and all that. They about to get that. All praise. All right, Joshua 16. No, it's that.
Joshua.
Let me see if that's the right one. Right there. No, it wasn't. Salakia, family. Go to Proverbs 14:27.
Okay. We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14. Right?
Yep.
Proverbs
14:27.
14 verse 27. Alright. Almost there. Yeah, that Proverbs.
It's all right.
It ain't as bad. It ain't like Psalms though.
Oh my goodness.
Psalms that have you flipping for 30 seconds. These Proverbs, you can get that kind of quick. All right, Proverbs 14:26. All right. 27. Sorry about that.
Correct.
Proverbs 14:27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death.
Right. He said, fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord. Right? Mount the fountains of life. The fountains of life is the law, statutes, commandments. These words in this Bible. Okay. It will keep. It says snares. Depart from the snares of death. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, to keep you. You know what I'm saying, from going off into the dark, to the abyss, to, you know what I'm saying, to becoming wicked. Okay, dying. Because you got a lot of, if you understand death or dying, you know, there's a way you can understand it. If you ain't reading this book or getting some understanding, that means you're dead. Right? That means you're dead. Dead in the water, just dead. This is the book of life right here. Right? This is life. So the opposite of life is what? Death. Alright. All praises. Proverbs 9. Let's stay in Proverbs. Let's go 9 and 10.
We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, in verse 10. All right, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Did we not just bring all this out right here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had to bring it back, fam. My family. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Right? You know what holy means. Right? Separate. Get some understanding. All praises, bro. I just wanted to get a couple precepts on this fear, because we need to get some understanding on fear. Most people don't understand about fear or fearing the Most High. Okay? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
We're in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Right.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right. So he just told you, all I wanted to get clear understanding for all you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, Semitic Indians, that if you do not, it said, it shall come to pass, meaning future prophecy, that if you do not hearken, meaning listen, if you don't listen diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, which means, get some understanding and get to read this law, statute, commandments, these holy scriptures, to observe and to do his commandments. That means observe it, all his laws, and to do them. This is not just something you just want to read or whatever and not have a action plan, a plan of action, to go with it. You have to really do. All right, this is not something just to read and just say, okay. No, you have to do exactly what the book of life is saying do. Okay, command you this day. That means start now. This ain't the time to prolong. Oh, I got time. Remember when we was out there counting one time, it's like, no, I ain't ready yet, or I got time, or whatever. No, start today. This is the day, because you don't know when, right? You don't know when. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So we already tell you, you are set apart. You are out of 18 nations, you only chose one. He will set you upon all. All you have to do is follow his laws, statutes, commandments, and read. Hearken, listen, observe, and do. All right, let's go to let's go to 28:15. Let's drop down to 15.
Down to 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So there's a flip side of that coin. If he just said, it shall come to pass. There I go again, future prophecy. It shall come to pass if you will not hearken. That means you will not listen, right? Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe it and to do. There I go again, to do all his commandments and statutes, which I command you this day. That means starting again this day. If you don't do it, what he says, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, if you need to stop for a second and ask yourself, most people say, oh, I'm blessed. Really? Are we ruling right now? Are we in rulership? Do we have to beg and plead for or pay for everything of our wants? Do we have to vote for a president or a king to rule over us that on the books, as Malaya said, on the books with 3/5 of a human or something, right? Wow. Think about it. You got to really stop for a second and really think. You asking us to vote, for a person to rule over us, knowing that on the books of of your laws of the land, that we are 3/5 of a human. Really, just all I'm asking you is to stop for a second and really think about that. Okay, so he said if you don't, so if that's not a blessing to me. Those are more on curses.
Right.
That's a curse to me. All right, because we don't own nothing. We ain't, we don't own anything. Continue. Let's drop down to because we're gonna go even further into this. Drop to 45.
All right, Deuteronomy 28, verse 45.
Right.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Right. So the Most High, he gonna double down on you. He says, moreover, all these curses shall, there I go again, come upon thee, and shall pursue thee. That means you ain't running nowhere. You can try to come out of Babylon, United States, America, go to wherever you think is peaceful or whatever, but it's gonna pursue you regardless, wherever you go. When it's your time, the Most High say it's your time. If you ain't hearkening to this word, and you ain't trying to get no understanding, and you know you're Israel, it's gonna pursue thee. It's gonna follow you. It's gonna catch up. So you can fly off to Timbuktu if you want to, right? It's gonna pursue thee and overtake thee, right? Till thou be destroyed.
Right.
Let that sink into your head. Until thou be destroyed. I fear. I'm gonna tell you, I'm one of the ones that fear the Most High, and I expect after you actually watch this, and get some understanding, the Most High don't play. All right, so he already said, and you see what kind of conditions we are. We last hire, first fire, right? We always in want of something. We don't own anything. We're in the land of our captivities for the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indians. If you don't understand, we still in the land of captivity. We ain't free. This is not our rest.
You're right.
This ain't our rest. So he said, these curses will pursue thee and overtake thee until thou be destroyed. All right. Let that sink in. All right. Let's go to Judges 10.
We're in the book of Judges.
Chapter 10, verse 9.
In the book of Judges, chapter 10, verse 9.
Go ahead.
Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight also against Judah, and against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was sore distressed.
Just to set that up for you, as you see, it says, moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight against Judah. Ammon, that's what should be what, like Chinese? Japanese, that's right. That's the Japanese. All right. And against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was so distressed. Continue. These are our brothers. These are our brothers Benjamin, right? Ephraim, right? Continue.
Verse 10, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, we have sinned against thee, both because we have forsaken our God and also served Baalim.
That's right. That's other God. They have served other God. They have sinned. Go ahead.
Verse 11, and the Lord said unto the children of Israel, did not I deliver you from the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines? The Dizonians also, and the Amalekites, and the Maonites, did oppress you,
right?
And ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand.
Right. He's just saying, did I not, already, I delivered you so many times. Think about it. He at this particular time, this is still at the beginning of the book. He has delivered our people so many times. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Yet ye have forsaken me, and served other gods.
Stop. Yeah. Again. Yet ye have forsaken me, and served other gods. After all he have done for you, you still, want to forsake the Most High and serve other gods. Go ahead.
Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
Wow. You have kindled his fire, and he won't deliver you no more. He said, I'm tired. Man, what's wrong? We already read earlier, whatever. How much I got to bear with this evil congregation. These evil people, whatever, that keep murmuring against me. Mm-hmm. Right? But he said, wherefore I will deliver you no more. I'm tired. Go on.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Right.
Gotcha.
You hear that? Tell me that don't sound like us or our father or something, man. Oh, so you want to go continue, you know what I'm saying, wallow in mud and go play or whatever, and act a fool or whatever? Go ahead. You ain't have to worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. All right.
Let them deliver you in the time of your. I got a precept for you.
Yes. Let them.
We got a precept. Let's go real quick. Hosea Chapter 5.
All right.
Hosea Chapter 5 verse 15. He saying, yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. And we just read earlier, he said, ye cried to me and I delivered you out of their hand.
Right.
You cried to me and I delivered you.
Right.
Okay, yet ye have forsaken me and served. Okay, Hosea 5:15.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15.
Right.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Hey, this was happening right now.
That's right.
7 captivities later. You see? Thousands of years later, now you blacks and Hispanics going to get your mind right, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah, he knew it. He sure did. Oh boy, go and cry to other gods here, which you have chosen. Let them deliver you. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
It ain't happened yet.
Right. Wow. 7, what you say? How many? 7?
7.
That's right. 7
You know, from
captivities.
Egyptian captivity on down.
On down. All praises. All right. Let's go to Proverbs 1 and 7.
Proverbs. We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, in verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
There you go again. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Get it? A fool will despise wisdom and instruction. This book is the law. This book is full of instructions on you know how to be, okay, to how to have life, you know, how to live. Plenty of instructions. If you ain't following it, it says, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. So if you like he just said, you know, if you want to wallow in the mud, you want to follow the other gods, these other heathens, you want to these other people's customs, go right ahead. He pretty much calling you a fool. Straight up. So if you follow the way of the heathen, you so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indians with your boom, boom, boom in your cars, and your fast cars, and your big money, and your yellow, green, orange wigs, and your, you know what I'm saying, your tight pants on, spandex, your pads and t-shirts, like brother you said, and you done jeans down to your damn ankles, can't run. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a damn fool. Right. You want to follow behind, you know, America? Have at it. That's what the Most High said, right? Okay. 7 captivities later. All praises. Alright, let's go to the book of Josh. Let me see what's our time looking like. Okay, yeah, book of Josh. 24:14.
You said John or Joshua?
Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua 24. Let me see if I want to do one verse.
Joshua 24.
Joshua 24. Yeah. Joshua 24 and 1.
All right, we're in the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers. And they presented themselves before God.
Right. They presented themselves. He called all the elders and the heads and the judges, everybody, and the officers, everybody together, and called them before the Most High. Go drop to 14.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Now therefore, fear the Lord, and serve him in sincerity and in truth.
Right. You have to fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. Go ahead.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
Right. See, they served other gods. They were wicked, when during the time of Noah. He searched. He searched over, for righteous men. 50, I think. But he only saw, he saw righteousness in Noah. And he dealt with, that's how he dealt with Noah. He says, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt. Alright? So, we spoke on what is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Right? This has been done before. You've been wicked before. You're wicked now.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Matter of fact, let's get a little bit of that flood. Let's go to get some understanding on that flood situation. Genesis 6 and 5.
Mm-hmm. Genesis chapter 6. In the book of Genesis chapter 6,
Mm-hmm.
verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Right. Most High, he saw it. He saw how wicked the earth was. And saw it was all in their heart, which is their mind,
Mm-hmm.
was only evil continually.
Right.
I mean, they was doing nothing but wicked stuff. So, like I said, there's nothing new on the sun. So, everything you think you're getting away with now, you ain't getting away with nothing. It already been done before.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. And it's being recorded.
And, oh, yes. And it's being recorded. Because you will be revisited.
Mm-hmm.
Revisited with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you've been doing in your life, you're going to be revisited.
Mm-hmm.
Best to believe that. Okay? Continue. We're going to go through 7.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on earth,
Mm-hmm.
and it grieved him at his heart.
Right. It got to the point where he was like, in his mind, he was like, man,
Right. Sick of his own creation.
on his own creation. And that's sad. Continue. 7.
Verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man,
Mm-hmm.
whom I have created, from the face of the earth.
Wow. Told you. Why? He do not play.
Mm-hmm.
He said he will destroy. He can't. Believe me. Oh, continue, man. Before I spill the beans. Go
Right.
ahead, bro.
Both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them.
Right. He made them all. He created all of it. And he said, man, I will destroy all of it off the face of the earth. Yeah, if he want to, start over, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Like I said, let's go back to where we was. Joshua 14.
24.
I'm sorry, yeah. 24. Chapter 24, verse 14. Salakia. Correct.
Back to Joshua chapter 24, verse 14 again.
Yeah.
Now therefore, fear the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and serve him in sincerity and in truth,
Mm-hmm.
and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood,
Mm-hmm.
and in Egypt,
Right. So other side of the flood and in Egypt.
and serve ye the Lord.
Right. 15.
15. And
Right.
if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve,
Mm-hmm.
whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood,
Mm-hmm.
or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell.
Mm-hmm.
But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Right. He gave you an ultimatum right there, right?
Right.
He gave you an ultimatum. All right. He says, hey, if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve. He gave you an ultimatum, bro. He did. He gave you an ultimatum right there. Okay, you can either serve me or you serve them. You know, whether the gods which your fathers served that was on the other side of the flood, right? We just spoke of it. They were all wicked, and they thought evil continually. That's why he had to wipe them all out. He said, I'm sick of them. And just to think that, you know, he was like, man, I created this, and I'm like, man. So he said, just like like it did on the other side, like your fathers did with other gods, serving other gods or whatever, and the gods of the Amorites in the land that they was dwelling in at that present time. Says, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Most High. And I pray that everybody watching here and everybody's in here, the God we serve, and Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah, period. No if and buts about it. The God, this Bible here is the one we will serve. He says, but as far as me and my house, we will serve the Lord. All praises. Alright, let's get some of this, because I feel like this, the Most High did it by water, and he's gonna do it by fire and brimstone. You know. So let's go to Revelations 14:10.
Alright, Revelations, last book of the Bible, chapter 14. Alright. Revelation chapter 14, verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out with mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Right. Like I said, the Most High, he on the other side of the flood, he wiped out the earth. Right? Saved only 8 people and some animals to be able to reproduce and multiply again.
That's it.
Right? Okay. So now he'll do it in future prophecy by fire and brimstone. That's why I want to get some of this fire and brimstone. What is they talking about? It says the saints shall drink of the wine of wrath. What is wrath? Wrath means, you know, passion, angry, heat, anger for the like a boiling up. Okay. The same shall drink of the wine of wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. Indignation, that's anger, tempered, movement or agitation of the soul, violent emotions, right? Angry, exhorted in punishment, hence itself of punishment inflicted by magistrate. So that's like somebody that's going to inflict some punishment, pain. He's angry, okay? Indignation, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels. So all you wicked people, all you 2/3, all you so-called Edomites and everybody outside of, you know, the 12 tribes or whatever that are wicked, that you wicked, 2/3 of you of our own people, and y'all is gonna feel this his wrath and indignation, and in the presence of the holy angels when they crack them skies, and in the presence of the Lamb. Who is that Lamb? Yahweh Shai.
Right.
In the presence. So believe me, he coming. So all I can say is, you know, fear. You don't have to fear the Most High. You have to get some understanding and knowledge. Get the basics. Start learning precept upon precept. Okay? Get some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because they're gonna crack the skies and in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Let's go to Jude 1. Let's go to Jude.
Jude, it's right before Revelations. Jude.
Jude, let's go to 7. Drop
Right.
down to 7.
We're in the book of Jude, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Even as Sodom and Gomorrah
Mm-hmm.
and the cities about them,
Mhm.
in like manner,
Mhm.
giving themselves over to fornication
Mhm.
and going after strange flesh,
Mhm.
are set forth for an example,
Mhm.
suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Right. See that set forth an example
Mm.
of eternal fire. That's that fire and brimstone coming down. He already destroyed it. He destroyed the city, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They in the likes of their own manner. They giving themselves over to fornication, right? And going after strange flesh. You know, with all this, I mean, the same thing. It's the same thing over again here in Babylon, America. You know, after your own strange flesh, you out there with men and men, women and women. It's just, you know, a lot of wickedness is going on this earth, right here. And if you don't think that the Most High is going to bring it, he did it before. He just showed you in Sodom and Gomorrah. He says, for an example, right? Are set forth as an example. He made an example, right? Suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. So when those missiles and everything started coming over here, and when Yahushua cracked those skies and everything, he already gave an example. He's giving you an opportunity and a chance to, you know what I'm saying? He gives you grace. This is your grace period. This is your time. The doors is closing. Right? The doors is closing. So this is your opportunity right now to get some understanding. We talk about wisdom. We talk about knowledge. We talk about the law. Get some understanding. Talk about the milk. Get the basics. And build yourself. Start praying. Meditate on it day and night. If not, he gave an example right here. He already did it on the other side of the flood, dealing with Moses. He did it right here with the children walking in 40. He have done it. He done saved them so many times. Right? Then he come back again and say, okay, as in Sodom and Gomorrah, the city says that about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example. You know, if you wicked, you're still doing this here today. Those same spirits suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. So you're gonna catch. You're gonna revisit your life. We already just talked about it, right? That's right. Thus said the Lord. All right, let's go to Matthew 10:28.
St. Matthew chapter 10. All right, verse 28. St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28.
Right.
And fear not them which kill the body,
Mm-hmm.
but are not able to kill the soul.
Right.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right. It says fear. That word is fear. Fear not them which kill the body. Who could kill the body? We right now we fear man more than we fear the Most High.
Right.
Let's be real. The majority, we fear man more than we fear the Most High. It says, but are not able. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. Man can kill the body, yes, but he's unable to kill our spirit. Right? He's able to kill our soul. Right?
Like a quick example, Jake will fear the police,
Mm-hmm.
but won't fear the Most High.
Right. Right? I mean, what sense does that make? You fear the government. Oh, they done cut out my food stamp. And my Section 8. You fear them, but you won't fear the Most High. That behoove me. But rather, let's continue. But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Let's get some understanding on that. Say, rather fear him, which is able to to destroy both soul. That means you have to fear the one who can destroy your soul, your spirit, and your body in hell. This body, this fleshly what we in, this is hell. This is what we in.
Right.
Real talk. This is hell we in. You know, this is not our resting place. This is not where we're supposed to be. You know, that's why I say you have to fear him, which is able to kill or destroy both soul, your spirit, and your body. Because for the ones who just want to fear, you know, man or whatever, you will be destroyed. Me, I per se, I rather fear the Most High, who able to kill both. So they come pulling me up with, I'm not worried. I'm more worried about the Most High than I am any man.
Right.
Straight up. All praises. All right, let's go to Zechariah. No, let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 33 and 6.
All right. In the book of Isaiah, right? Chapter 33, and verse 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times,
Right.
and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Right. You see, it says the wisdom. There go again, wisdom and knowledge. We have throughout this whole evening spoke on wisdom and knowledge, right? Shall be the stability. This is what's gonna stabilize you. Okay, this is your foundation. In other words, this is it right here. This is your foundation right here of thy time, and strength of salvation. This is our salvation right here. It's point blank telling you right now it's the time. You got the doors are closing, right? This is grace. This is your period. This is your time right now to get wisdom and knowledge and be stable within this book. This is the time, and it's gonna be your strength of salvation. That means repent, convert, come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. Okay, the fear of the Most High, of the Lord, is his treasure. Okay? There you go. All praise, bro. Alright, let's go to go to Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10. Alright, Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him,
Yes.
and to serve the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Right. Now, he's just telling you, Israel, what shall we do now? I mean, what he required, he said, fear the Lord. He's telling you, you have to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways. How you going to be able to walk in all his ways? You're going to have to be able to get some understanding. You're going to have to be able to read. Read for yourselves, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, similar Indians. Read. Don't let somebody read for you. You read yourself. You get some understanding. Start praying. Meditate on it day and night. Watch you see you be prosperous. Right? All right. And to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your mind, right? With all your soul. That means you get some understanding, you read it. And that's your spirit. You know, a spirit will come upon you, right? That spirit, it'll come upon you. You read, get some understanding, and you serve him. You do, walk in all his ways. You fear him. That spirit will come upon you, okay? He's going to be there for you. All right, let's go to Zechariah.
Zechariah.
2, chapter 2.
Zechariah, late in the Old Testament, man, after
2 verse 7.
Zechariah, right before Malachi.
Yeah.
Second to the last book in the Old Testament.
Right, because in the old one, right when we just came out of Deuteronomy, he says, and now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee? Right? Okay. Let's see what's going on. What do we do? Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 2.
Verse 7.
2 verse 7. Zechariah 2 verse 7. Deliver thyself O Zion,
Mm-hmm.
that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
Right. Deliver yourself. Come out of here.
Okay, battery's going dead.
All right. Deliver. It says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon." That's right. You said deliver. You got to deliver yourself. How are you going to deliver yourself? Read. Get some understanding. Get some knowledge. All right. Go ahead. 8.
Verse 8, for thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Mm-hmm.
after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoil you.
Mm-hmm.
For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye.
Right. It says, for thus said the Lord of hosts. That's his army. You know, we're his army. Children of Israel. He's building up an army. If you don't understand that, he's building up an army. Okay? All you got to follow his law, statutes, commandments. He's building up an army. I tell you, spirit come upon you. All right? And he just said, after the glory that have sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, and with all they have done to you, you know, but he's gonna get them that touches you touches the apple of his eye. You are the apple of his eye.
Right.
You are special. You are peculiar. You don't realize it, but you are. You are a peculiar people. You are special to him. You know, and to him, I told you, he created 18 nations, nationalities, and only chose one, separated apart. I don't know how I can beat that until you understand. I know we've been beating a doctrine in our heads since birth,
right.
Generation to generation. Mm-hmm. You know, that's not ours. That's why I said we just found something that belonged to us.
Yeah.
Right? So why not hearken? Listen, observe, meditate day in and day out, day in and day out. All right, day and night. Okay, get some understanding. All right, let's go to Revelations 18:4.
Okay.
Revelations 18:4.
Beautiful class, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I fear the Most High, man.
Boy, what you saying?
And that's something that can't be taught, man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have it, gotta be in you, right? Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
Right.
You said verse 4, right?
Yes, sir.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people,
Mm-hmm.
that ye be not partakers of her sins,
Mm-hmm.
and that ye receive not of her plagues."
Right. He tell you because right what we just read in Zechariah 2:8. He said, "Come out of her, O Zion," right? Children of Israel. And here it's telling you again. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people," right? That's the Most High Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin." Whose sin? America's sin. These people, the wicked, right? Come out of her. Stop following behind these people that mean you no good. Okay? Stop following behind them. These are wicked people. We have our own. We have something right here that belongs to us, our law, statutes, commandments. He's telling you to come out of her, out of America's ways, these Babylon's ways, my people. He said, my people. Who is my people? Children of Israel. That's possessive. Right? He just told you again, my people. Come out of her. Stop it. Do not be a partaker of her sins. Stop being a fornicator. Stop, idolatry. Stop being a whoremonger. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you got law, statutes, commandments right here telling you to stop. That ye receive not of her plagues. All praises. All right, let's go back to Sirach 19, verse 20.
Back to Sirach chapter 19.
Verse 18. Forgive me.
All right.
Sirach.
Sirach 19, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 19 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And wisdom obtaineth his love.
Oh, praises. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of who? Him. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh, our Father. And wisdom obtaineth his love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has so much love for it. You know, yes, he's killed the fire. Yes, he done did so much whatever, but he has so much love. He still give you an opportunity to convert, to repent, turn from your wicked ways. Okay. And wisdom obtaineth his love. So, wisdom, knowledge, the law, get some understanding, meditate on it day and night. You know, the main thing is fear the Most High. Okay, you got to understand. He destroyed the earth on the other side of the flood. He already told you about the bones he done killed off. You know, everybody of Israel 20 years and up. He done you know, saved us from so many captivities, right. So many wars, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but he still has so much love for us. But you're gonna have to fear him. You're gonna have to get some understanding, get some knowledge. Fear him is the wisdom, right? Fear. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. 19.
Verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Right. We just said that. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine. There's only one doctrine. Right? One doctrine, which is here. And this is what? Life. If you ain't got life, you got death. Lord.
And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
All praises. So that's it. All praises.
All praise to the Most High.
All
man.
praises to the Most High.
One more precept I just throwing there since we right here in Sirach 21.
Yes, sir.
Right here, Sirach chapter 21, verse 11.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 11.
Right.
He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Right.
And the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
Right. All praises, man.
Right?
All praises to the Most
All
High.
praises to the Most High.
So, beautiful class, man.
Yes. I just want you to get some understanding to fear or not to fear the Most High. All I can say is, you know, throughout this Bible, the Most High has shown you, you know, time after time. He's giving an example. Me, like Joshua said, for me and my house,
Right.
we shall fear the Lord. Right? That's it. All praises. Fear the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, man. Going, closing out. Y'all see. Deacon.